The Eiffel Tower eventually quieted, its dazzling sparkle fading into the stillness of Paris at night. The candle had burned almost to its end, but Taylor and Trav lingered, wrapped in conversation and each other's presence. For them, the world could have stopped right there, and it would have been enough. But Paris had more to give. When morning came, the city greeted them softly. The streets glistened with dew, and the early light painted the Seine in shades of gold and rose. Taylor had traded her satin dress for a simple cream sweater and jeans, her hair tucked under a chic beret she'd bought the night before. Trav, ever the picture of casual charm, wore a crisp white shirt rolled at the sleeves and sunglasses that barely hid how tired and happy he was. They strolled hand in hand along the riverbank, the world still waking up around them. Street vendors set up their stalls, the smell of fresh bread spilling from every corner bakery. A violinist played a soft tune in the distance, his notes floating like whispers in the cool air. It wasn't planned, it wasn't staged. It was Paris being Paris. Taylor squeezed his hand as they paused on one of the stone bridges overlooking the Seine. "You know," she said, her voice playful but tinged with thought, "if I ever write a song about this trip, nobody's going to believe it's real. A candlelit picnic under the Eiffel Tower? A morning walk with you by the river? It sounds made up." Trav leaned against the railing, studying her. "Then let them think it's a fairy tale. As long as we know it's real." She smiled, leaning into him. "That might be one of the most romantic things you've ever said." "Don't get used to it," he teased. "I've only got a few of those lines in me." Taylor laughed, the sound carrying over the water. "I'll take every single one." They wandered into a quiet café tucked away on a narrow cobblestone street. The kind of place where locals linger over their espresso for hours, where the aroma of fresh croissants alone could make you fall in love with the city. A small round table near the window became theirs. The waiter, clearly recognizing them, kept a respectful distance, treating them like any other couple. And maybe that was the most beautiful part. Here, in this tiny Parisian café, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey weren't icons. They were just two people sharing coffee and buttery croissants, stealing glances that spoke louder than words. Taylor stirred her cappuccino slowly, tracing circles in the foam with her spoon. "Do you ever think about what all this means?" she asked softly, her eyes flicking to his. Trav tilted his head. "You mean us?" She nodded. "The way the world watches, the way they turn every moment into a headline. Sometimes it scares me that it could get too big, too loud." Trav reached across the table, taking her hand in his. His voice was steady, reassuring. "Then let it be loud. Let the whole world watch. As long as you and I stay quiet in here," he tapped his chest, "none of the noise matters." Taylor's eyes softened, her lips curving into a smile. "You make it sound so simple." "Because it is," he said with a grin. "Football's complicated. Love doesn't have to be." The waiters set down their pastries, flaky croissants, pain-au chocolate, and a plate of fruit. Taylor broke off a piece of croissant, holding it up playfully. "Breakfast of champions," she said, offering it to him. Trav leaned in, taking the bite. "Not bad," he admitted. "But I still think last night's strawberries win." She laughed, shaking her head. "You're impossible." "And you love it," he shot back, his smile so wide it drew a blush to her cheeks. By late morning, the streets were buzzing. Tourists crowded the shops. Artists set up their easels in Montmartre, and Paris once again became the lively, bustling city everyone knows. But for Taylor and Trav, the city felt smaller, quieter, as though it had reshaped itself just for them. Every step was theirs alone, every moment carved out of time. As they walked back toward their hotel, Taylor slipped her arm through his. "Promise me something," she said softly. "Anything," he replied without hesitation. "Promise me that no matter where this goes, no matter how crazy it gets, we'll always have nights like that. Just us. Just real." Trav stopped, turning to face her completely. "Tay, I promise you'll never have to wonder where my heart is. It's yours. Last night, this morning, and every day after." Her eyes glistened, but she blinked it away, leaning into his chest with a smile that spoke louder than any words. And maybe that's the magic of the story. It wasn't just the Eiffel Tower or the candlelit picnic. It wasn't even Paris itself. It was the way two lives, from two completely different worlds, could find a rhythm together. The way fame faded when they laughed over strawberries, or sipped coffee in a tiny café, or promised each other things the rest of us could only dream about. For the fans who follow every headline, every whisper, every fleeting photograph, these moments feel like treasures, glimpses into a love story that might just become one of the greatest of our time. And for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey, maybe it was simply this: two people in love in Paris, writing their own fairy tale one chapter at a time. Paris has seen many stories, but this one feels different. It feels like history being written under the glow of street lamps and the shimmer of morning light. A love that is equal parts fragile and unshakable, glamorous yet deeply human. And whether the world believes it or not, that candlelit picnic, that walk by the Seine, that promise over coffee, all of it is real.